Okay, so now we've walked through an overview of what a sales funnel is. I'm going to give you an example and also a breakdown of the different stages of the sales funnel and what it would look like for your business. And before I jump into that, I want to talk about building a traditional sales funnel versus building an authentic sales funnel. And I've linked a resource that my coach, George, put out. It's about why he doesn't like marketing funnels. And all in all, a quick summary, it's that the intention here between building a traditional sales funnel and also authentic sales funnel and just being authentic in your business is your intention. If you want to sell something, just let people know. You also want to focus on really giving value to your ideal audience, really helping them transform, building trust, building a community that people really enjoy being in. And you want to help them make informed purchases, not manipulate. And be transparent with your intention. If you want to sell something, just sell something. You don't have to add in so many layers of things to get people to buy something from you. An example is a tripwire funnel, which essentially is a funnel where you put a low ticket offer, then upsell 20 different things, or you upsell into different products. There's nothing wrong with that really, but again, just be transparent with what you're offering. For example, I remember purchasing a software, and after I purchased it, it took me to like 2 to 3 upsells. It just kept on adding to that, and it really turned me off that I decided to not purchase at all. So just be more aware of when you're creating something, what is the intention there and what exactly is a community that you're building. Moving on to a sales funnel, there are essentially 2 to 3 parts that compose a sales funnel, from someone that doesn't know you to someone that buys from you. So first of all, there's top of funnel, there's middle funnel, there's also bottom of funnel. So top of funnel is when someone first discovers you, they don't know who you are, they might not know that they have a certain problem. So this is the awareness stage. This is the stage where you help them become problem solution aware and align your values with someone that first discovers you. And a couple examples could be social media profiles, content, podcasts. For example, if I'm a nutritionist, I will partner up with someone that has a podcast around health, and I will talk about a certain topic to help other people understand more about the importance of having a diet or the importance of, I don't know, eating macros. I'm not in that space. So just to give you a general example of that, articles, sponsorships, website, blogs, guides, YouTube videos, outbound messaging, search engine optimization, SEO, paid advertising, joint venture partnerships, where you hold workshops, things like that. Features, which I talked about, building community where you share certain values, event and masterminds. These are all examples of top of funnel assets or top of funnel stages. And your goal here, again, is to build trust, to align your value, and to provide help. This is just someone that might have not heard of you at all, and you want to think about what would your potential audience or what would your potential community be searching for? And that would be the topic that you would offer in these or create in these form, whether it's a podcast or blog or a guide. So an example right here, if you're an e-com coach, your top of funnel asset wouldn't be here's how to optimize your Shopify store. It would be, do you know you can make money online? And the method is through selling through Shopify stores. So that would be your top of funnel awareness stage. And if you're a fractional COO, let's say for course creators, an example top of funnel asset could be a video of you going through how to streamline onboarding processes for course creators using Kajabi or whatever it is. Or if you are in the healing community building space, you could hold workshops or ceremonies on how to heal the inner child or ecstatic dances, things like that. So these are all examples of what a top of funnel asset would look like. The next stage, middle funnel asset, this is when someone raises their hand and say, oh, I'm quite interested in what you have and I have the desire to kind of know more about you. And when they show interest in who you are, what you do, or how your product or service can help them. A couple examples are case studies, sprint courses, case studies showing how you've brought someone from here to here. Sprint courses, these are a little more systematic approach to maybe a certain topic or a certain problem that they have. And this will help build you as an authority in the space. Things like clarification page, people call it sales letter. But again, I want you to reframe the mindset. Instead of trying to sell people, it's giving them clarification and giving them the power to choose and helping them make informed decisions. Retargeting ads, application page, a qualification page. If you're doing hiring, educational resources, things that they can download or templates that they can download. So your goal here is to attract those that are truly interested. So they know that they have the solution. They are interested in going to the next step. So that is to attract those who really want to solve their problems. So these are people that have come from, I have this problem and I'm interested in the solution. And here you really want to focus on giving something that's going to be transformational for them. Have them give information because they truly want to get information from you instead of trying to squeeze them to get access to this certain thing. So I want you to switch your mindset to think more abundantly as well. You want to give them so much information that they want to provide you their information. So the next part, bottom of funnel asset, this is when someone has already taken action. They are super close to making that purchase. They just have a couple of things that they want to ask about, or maybe some things that they would like further personalization. And here, your goal right here is to give them the ability to make informed decisions. Examples could be demo calls. Another thing is building out a call or product clarity deck. Traditionally, people call it a pitch deck. Other example assets are setting up a free trial portal, checkout pages if you're doing e-commerce, thank you pages, case studies, client referrals, email sequences. And you can see client referrals and case studies, these are actually super powerful marketing tools that you can use in multiple different stages of the customer journey. So your goal right here is to provide the ability to make informed decision. You want to understand your prospect situation, diagnose. This is where you make offers if you're doing a larger ticket stuff. Share relevant references, confirm questions that your prospect may have. These are people that are borderline yes. They're considering working with you. And a couple examples, free trial demo calls. A quick examples are this guy right here. This is, hey Dominic, he does social media. He teaches people on how to grow on social media. What he has on YouTube, these are all examples of top of funnel awareness assets. His middle funnel asset example right here is a free case study of how someone grew to 1,000 real followers per day. So these are for people that truly want to know how to get there. Another example of a top of funnel asset is I have this recording on how to generate consistent deals every month leveraging online marketing platforms, which goes into an in-depth behind the scenes look on how people can build up a system. And down here, if people do want to download the roadmap, they can download it. But even without downloading, they're already being walked through what it's going to look like. I also bring them to a case study on how we've turned 1,500 to 50,000 in closed deals in 30 days in the home service industry. And if people are interested in booking a call, I've also given them an option to do so. I just have the pricing upfront. I personally prefer it that way. An example of bottom of funnel asset is when someone goes through one of the stuff that I showed them, depending on where they're coming from, I also show them how does this all work, or what does it look like to work with us. This is in the thank you page, and I also give them an overview behind the scenes of what more information of the product itself. Here's also an example of a bottom funnel asset from one of the recent funnels that I've built for someone. After someone often for the free course, he does free diving. He also get brought to this thank you page, again, a step-by-step process of what it's going to look like, what they need to be aware of. And then down here, this is where I also shared a lot of his content that the prospect can consume to better understand who he is. Also, there's a Facebook group. So these are all different examples of what the assets look like in different stages of a funnel, sales funnel. And now I want to give you a couple more examples. So I've put together 8 different types of sales funnels. So if you already gotten the gist of it, I want you to already start thinking about how you can craft your sales funnel in your own business as I go through these examples. And these are going to be 8 examples. So if you want to skip this, feel free to skip them. The first example I'll go through is a B2B business. Let's say if this business is HR solution and payroll SaaS company, their sales funnel would look like the first stage. Their prospects are just for payroll solution for remote businesses. So they create a guide or do some SEO or Google ads around a certain topic. Once the prospect consumes the guide, they also get brought to a page where they can learn more about this specific product and how this software can help them with their issue. After the prospect consumes how this product is going to work, they further go into a demo. So here I'm going to quickly give you an example. Deal is a SaaS HR solution provider company. This is one of their landing pages. Let's say someone is interested about HR solutions. This is a landing page that talks about how this could potentially help them, how it works, onboarding, payrolls, integrations, things like that, what services are offered. So just to give the prospect clear understanding of the software itself. And they also have global hiring guide, which are examples of top of funnel assets about how people can easily hire in different locations. So this is an example of what it would look like for a HR solution and payroll SaaS company. And essentially, whether it's B2B, B2C, you also always want to think about who would potentially be the one that is purchasing and what would their purchase process be like? What would their thought process be like to craft your sales funnel? So another example, a client acquisition system, which I walked through earlier with Evolution. It's a client acquisition system that I've built to help home service businesses build a consistent and predictable revenue stream. It's a combination of service plus software. The top of funnel asset would be the prospect seeing a guide or a ad that I put out about how to generate consistent deals every month. They see a video of my case study. Afterwards, they get brought to a page. There's a thank you page and also a video showing what it would look like for us to work together when we're on the call. They already warmed up. If everything fits what they're looking for, they become a paying client. The next example for creators, conscious creators or service providers, what your funnel would look like potentially could be creating podcasts and creating videos about awareness that elevate people. This is where you align your value. A prospect can find you through different podcast platforms, YouTube platforms, different collabs that you potentially do. If they really like what you are saying, they will go to your social media profile and follow you there, stay connected there, warm up to who you are there. And then when people launch a cohort or a little program, they already have people that are following them that already like them, trust them, align the values with them. They just build a page to go through what exactly that program or cohort offers. And then if that's something that they like, they become paying clients. So an example right here is, I'm going to bring up George again because this is how I initially find him. I was searching for conscious marketing and I found this video that he did using understanding our metaphors. I just really aligned with everything he said, so I looked him up on social media. And by the way, George, if you're watching this, one thing you could do is also link your social media profile here. Anyway, so I found him. I searched for his social media directly from me instead of someone trying to squeeze me in. It's innate that I want to go look for his stuff because I just really resonate with his values. So from finding his YouTube video, I went to his social media profile. I followed him there. I saw that he had a couple programs that he launched, and that's when I joined him in his different programs and became his student, and I'm still joining some of his programs. Another example, Aubrey, if you're in this space, I guess you most likely heard of him because he's just like everywhere in a way. Aubrey, he has a podcast. He also has a book. He offers a lot of things that really helps us think about our lives and things like that. Let's say I'm someone that heard him on podcasts or heard him through some collabs. I go to his social media page. I see more of the stuff that he's been putting out. I really align with his values, so I continue to stay connected with him. And recently, I know he launched like a festival, and people who are following him, who resonated with him, would love to join the festival. So all he needed to do was just create a landing page to showcase, hey, this is how you can register. This is exactly what's going to be in there. These are the intention and what I want to bring you. And people would just naturally be drawn to that because they align with their values. So if you're a creator, this could be what your sales funnel could look like potentially. And again, these are not easy because these are things that you slowly build out throughout time. And afterwards, I'll also be going through what are some assets that you create first that are going to create the more impact with where you're at the moment. The next example I want to give is a recruiting sales funnel. I have a client that recruits real estate agent for a really well-known company. She's actually one of the top 1%, but she's a badass that really helps people strategize and get that transformation. What she does is, at the very beginning, she does a lot of events and trainings. An example of an event that she would do is how to get more real estate listings. And these are what real estate agents would like to know. So he would send outbound messages to bring people to join their events and trainings. After the event and training, after people get value from it, she also shares some of the case studies that others have had and what really are the tipping points in different agents. And through that, she also showed how others have improved their business under her leadership or the benefits that she's providing for her team. So the case study right here would be a middle of funnel asset. The event or training would be the top of funnel. After someone consumes a case study, after someone stay connected with her, they're interested, they really like what she's been providing. They really want to know what it's going to look like for them when they join the team. They would go book a call with them. And this is where we've set up a portal where once someone book a call, we also send them to testimonials, agent referrals to help answer potential maybe concerns or questions that they have. And then after the call, they talk about the transformation that they would possibly like to see. If everything is fit, they become a team member. So that's an example of what a recruiting funnel looks like. The next example for course creators, if you have an SEO course, perhaps your prospect will be searching for how to rank on first page. Most likely be something with how to rank on first page. And you can give out a blog on how to rank on first page with SEO. You bring people to a blog or something that they can download or a spring course and teaching people how they can rank first page with SEO. That will be your middle funnel asset that you can create if you're a course creator, something really in depth, something that's really going to help bring them forward to the next step to getting to their goals. So after someone has consumed your course or someone has consumed something from you, they really love it, they really like it, you could also set up a couple email automations with case studies and testimonials on how people have succeeded or how people have ranked their first page with SEO. And set up an email automation as your bottom of funnel asset. Email automation. So your top of funnel asset here could be a video, blog, or an ad. Your middle funnel asset could be a checklist, downloadable, or a sprint course. Your bottom of funnel asset could be email automation together with case studies and testimonials you've collected, and afterwards they become paying clients. You just make sure you deliver a good client experience. The next example, I want to give you an experience or event facilitator. The reason why I'm giving you so many examples is because I want you to know that this applies in all different industry or all different kind of services that you have. I'm going to go through ecom later in a bit later too, but I want you to start thinking about the journey that you're bringing people through, what they may be searching for, and how you can start compiling something like this inside your own business. So experience event facilitator, what your top of funnel asset could look like is you putting together or you having someone put together the past events that you've had and showing people what it's like or the experience that they've gone through to show them the motion of what it's like joining some of the experience or events that you've facilitated. You can share these videos in local groups or local communities. These are things that would really gauge people's interest in the emotions or events that they would like to experience. Examples of your middle funnel assets could be a landing page or event RSVP page. It could be a wait list. It could be just your social media profile to get people to connect with you. The ones that are interested, they go check out these pages that shows them more. If it's a lower ticket event, they could just purchase on there directly. If it's a cohort, you can create a landing page for people to join you on the wait list. So your bottom of funnel assets, this I kind of combined it together with people who are already customers. People who RSVP'd assets you could create is an email sequence or a page that shows them exactly what they need to prepare for it, what they can expect for the event. You could also set a reminder and automation to make sure that people remember when the event takes place. These would be examples of your bottom of funnel assets. And just to note here, if you want to give people a really nice experience, one thing you could do is also record a personal video saying, hey, I really appreciate you joining this thing. I'm really looking forward to bring you an experience. A personalized video will always give it a kick. And also just in general, whatever a client or customer purchases from you, if there's a thank you video, it really adds on to the customer experience. So the next example, service-based businesses. Another example, real estate agents. What your top of funnel asset could look like could be events and seminar outlines. You have this set of agenda that you want to go through. You could plan out your year in terms of how many community events you want to put out, how many workshops about home selling or wealth building seminars would you like to put out there. These are going to be your top of funnel assets. You could share with people who you've worked with. You could share it with people in your local community. These are all things that you can do. Something that could really differentiate you from other people is, let's say you put together a step-by-step guide, whether it be a course or a in-depth walkthrough of potential things that may come up for a potential home buyer, potential home seller, something like that that really differentiate you instead of just like a flyer or, some random magnet or notepad that just puts the numbers on there. Building something like this is really going to help differentiate you from other people too. Other examples of middle funnel assets could be you building a referral program for your past clients. And let's say when someone finished consuming these, they also see your testimonials of the experience that others have. This is really going to build up the value and trust you have in their eyes. And the last example of a sales funnel I want to go through is a e-commerce business. If you've been in the marketing space or if you've been in kind of the e-commerce space, I'm pretty sure you've heard of Ezra Firestone. He co-owns, I think, the brand called Boom with Cindy, and it's a beauty product. So what they have on top of funnel, they create blogs on guides on 5 makeup tips for older women. So they're super specific about their target audience, first of all. The next thing is after someone reads a blog, they also have the products down in the very bottom. It brings their prospect awareness to this product. On the right-hand side here, I've put in a couple different screenshots of their ads. The middle of funnel asset, after someone goes to read the blog and they get retargeted by these ads that shows other people's experience using their products. So here's an example, oh my goodness, I'm getting wrinkles. What am I going to do? These are all middle funnel retargeting campaigns. The bottom of the funnel could be, let's say someone, I see this, I click into it, I have this thing in my cart already, but for some reason, I just didn't purchase. They also have email sequences that bring people that have gone through further down the line inside the purchasing process to more resources or to more client experiences like this. So they get retargeted. They also get emails with people's experiences and with more guides and resources. So these are all a couple examples of the stuff that they've done. And here you can actually go in. You can go to Facebook's ad library or Meta ad library. You can come in here, find a brand that you like, or maybe when someone that's in your similar industry, you can go in here, type in their name, and see what ads that they're running. This also helps you do a little research. One little tip I typically do is I look at how long the ads have been running. The longer it has been, the more I know that this is something that has been working, or they would have just killed the campaign. Cool. So one thing here I want to add on, a little additional note is if you're doing e-commerce, make sure to also give people the opportunity to opt out or the choice to opt out if they choose not to, receive further information from you. So here are 8 total examples of what a sales funnel is and what a sales funnel could look like. I hope by now you've also already have crafted your own sales funnel inside your own business. The next thing I want to go through is the different prospecting flow, the different types of funnel and different prospecting flow. There are outbound prospecting flow, there are inbound prospecting flow, there's also a paid prospecting flow. This part right here, this color code right here, typically is when someone doesn't know you yet. Examples of outbound prospecting flow could be email messaging, cold email messaging, LinkedIn outreach, Facebook group outreach, messengers, or just some tighter community that you're in. This is where you could reach people without really spending a lot of money. A couple things you would need to do is know who you are talking to, who you want to talk to, the parameters of the list of people you want to potentially reach out to, and just have a template created so you're not rewriting it every time that you reach out. And here, there are a couple strategies. There are blanket, I guess they call it, what do they call it? Like blanket or whatever. Basically, you just send out the same similar text to a bunch of people. There are also options where you can send out a video, more personalized video. Let's say you created these list of people you really want to reach out to, you send them a one-on-one video. These have a higher open rate, but at the same time, it's less scalability, but it's more targeting. So it's a more quality thing that you're doing. Personally, I like to do videos more where I actually look through these people, where I actually know these are people that I want to work with, then I record a video to them. An example of prospecting flow is keeping track of how many contacts that you're reaching out every week or whatever your tracking system is. Just have something that you can keep track of so you know your number if you really want to hit a certain amount of production. So the flow typically, when you reach out to someone, a positive respond, or you get a negative response. If you get a negative respond, just make sure that you're respecting them and mark them as a bad fit or someone that doesn't want to be bothered in your CRM. If someone gives you a positive response, you can bring them to a discovery call or a sales letter or a landing page or a clarity page. Actually, I should have put a clarity letter. You can bring them to a clarity letter or how they can further proceed into the next steps to getting to know you. So example right here, what I've seen work better is typically inviting people to events. You reach out to them, you send out a personalized video saying, hey, I saw that you're in this industry and I would love to collab with a couple people, or I would love to bring a couple people to the panel in this certain topic. I was wondering if you would be interested in it. Here are more details. And then if they have a positive response, you bring them to a clarity page in terms of what this event is about, how they can proceed on with participating in the event. And afterwards, if they want to get on a call with you one-on-one, they can also do so after understanding exactly what you do. And I've talked more about this too in the 7-hour rule in terms of how you can differentiate yourself instead of just getting people to book a call with you, just getting people to, try to purchase something from you. Provide information, provide value. Another example of an outbound flow could be, let's say you see someone on Facebook asking about a certain question. You send them an email, cold email saying, hey, I saw that you asked about this, or I saw that maybe you're in this industry. Here's the resource that I put together around this certain topic. Does this help you? And if you get a positive response, you just keep on building the connection, building the relationship. And during this time, you could also do retargeting. You could also drop voicemails. You could also send emails, things like that. You could also send them emails, but in a non-spammy way. And once someone has consumed these information that you've had, these resources, they've also gotten to know who you are better. That's when they get on a demonstration call with you through the 7-hour rule. They either become customers or they just didn't want to purchase or work with you at that time. You could also create trials or little mini offers that people can purchase that can help them at the situation where they're at. So this is an example of an outbound prospecting flow. I want to share with you a little secret tool that once you've really implemented this is going to really be a game changer on how to systematize yet personalize your outreach campaigns. So there's this tool called Lemlist. So when it comes to outreach, cold outreach, there are typically these scale where you're either sending out something that's super personalized or you're doing these mass message where you're just sending out generic stuff. So what Lemlist does, it helps you bridge this gap, finding the middle ground. And here are a couple examples of personalized outreach campaigns. So obviously these company names, these are things that can be personalized in most different softwares. What I like about it, or what I use it for, is typically these customizable thumbnails. Here you can upload in your Excel sheet logos of the company that you're reaching out to, you're doing outreach to. You record a video and then you create a thumbnail of yourself pointing to that logo. And the subject line, again, it comes down to a lot of skills to how you're personalizing it or how you're differentiating yourself, and messaging is extremely hard to nail down. So I'll just walk you through a couple examples here. Hey, company name, team. This email might sound a little unorthodox, but bear with me. Going to be honest from the very start and say I will absolutely love an opportunity to join your team. So just out of the gate, I'm aware this email is out of the blue in your inbox, but just so you know, I mean every word I wrote. Here's a quick email made for you. So just think about the person that you're sending out the email to. What would be something that, what is their day-to-day life like? How can you maybe add a little more humor into their life? How can you add a little more fun into their day-to-day emails that they might receive? Next thing is a blogger. I believe this is a email outreach for blogging collaborations. Quick question about your article on whatever website they have. Hi, first name, this is Daria. I'm head of content at Lemlist. Although this is just going to be asking for collaboration on website, I'm gonna do that with a little twist, a picture of the dog. And here you can set it up that this laptop, on the laptop, it's going to have the other person's name. Together with my dog, we saw your post and thought to reach out. So whoever is on the other side of first name, this is me and my dog. I was wondering if you would be interested in the collaboration offer. For example, the offer details. I'm happy to offer you anything from the following. Another offer, my external gratitude, picture of happy Lara smiling. I think this is the best option. Cheers and hope we talk soon. The next example to get your wheels turning, here's an example reaching out for collaboration. This whatever professional, this association is looking for speakers for Global TA Day. This year on this day, we made a list. When I zoom in, you can kind of see this is a picture they took, and this is the customized field. So dream speaker list, first name, last name, is just the same name. If you're interested in potentially speaking, click this link to let us know days, times, topic, etc., and we'll be in touch. And here's a link to learn more. So these are all ways, like cold email doesn't necessarily mean it has to be plain and boring and just so salesy. These are all examples of how you can be more authentic or make the process a lot more fun. So here are also a lot more different email templates that I've linked. So strategies for lead generation agencies, templates from cold emails on how other people have booked calls for their products and services. So that's a little wrap on outbound prospecting flow. I will most likely be doing a video on step-by-step on how you can actually do this. And these are all examples of strategies we'll build together for my clients. I also want to emphasize on the importance of tracking your numbers. So knowing your numbers, setting a KPI so you know what are some things that you could potentially twist and really troubleshoot whether a campaign is working or not. An example is if you see an open rate that's not up to par to other of your campaigns, that's when you know that your subject headline is maybe something that you could twist, your preview body line is something that you could twist or change up. The next prospecting flow I want to go through is inbound prospecting flow. This is when you have a strong list or a strong social following, and this is when you've invested time in creating content. And typically these are things that go really well together. For example, sending an outbound to connect with people on social media, sending an outbound to connect with people for events. So through outbound, you can reach out to people for collabs, for events, and then from there you could also funnel people into your content, your social media podcasts, your articles. Once people show more interest, you can bring them to a landing page or a clarity page, or you can bring them directly to book a call with you. After the landing page, you can bring them to an application to increase some certain friction so not everyone is trying to talk to you. And again, making sure that you're tracking your numbers so you know how your performances are in different articles or different content that you create. And after tracking, you can also see what are the type of content that your audience wants more. After someone schedules a discovery call, they get brought to a demonstration call to better understand your products or service. The same result is either they're a customer or they decide to wait on it, or you can bring them to a offer that better fit their situation. And for those that don't fit, you could also mark in your CRM that these people are potentially not a good fit or people that you would like to work with. Here you can do some retargeting too before people jumps on the demonstration call with you to better warm them up, to help them better understand your product and services, see other people's successes, and letting them know that they can do it too. So this is an example of a inbound prospecting flow. The guy I talked about earlier, hey Dominic, he teaches you how to grow your audience through social media. He creates content that bring people to a landing page, giving people more in-depth strategy and systematic approach to growing their audience. And so this will be an example of a landing page or clarity asset that they have to further go into the flow. And the next one could be paid advertising. You can reach people through paid advertising. Again, it could work well together with your inbound prospecting flow. Putting some paid ads, you're essentially paying to get the eyeballs that goes to your thing. So once people see an ad, they opt into the page, they go to your landing page, they get on a call with you. So an example is you see an ad about how someone doubled their profitability in 2 months. You click into the ad and you see the case study. On the case study, it also gives you a downloadable template on the exact strategy or, a system that they've implemented. You opt in to get the template or the system. You get brought to a page that shows what it's like to potentially work with the other people. You also see other successful case studies. And this can all tie down to what we talked about earlier, how to build out your funnel. So let's say you show interest in their service. You really want to work with them because you've seen other people's success too. You book a call with them, and then your process could either be you become a client or customer with them, or you're just not ready at the moment. Another possible outcome could be they have something maybe that fits your current situation better. And I'm going to link this resource here, Facebook Ads Library, Meta Library. This is where you can look at what ads people in your similar industries are also running. So now I've gone through the different stages, the breakdown of a sales funnel, the assets that you can create, 8 examples of sales funnel in different industry. Also, I've shown you the different types of common prospecting flow. Now I'm going to go into a recap. A couple questions that you might have is what type of funnel flow should you start using? It depends on your business, whether you're selling high ticket or low ticket. These are all going to be different. If you're in e-commerce, if you're selling a lower ticket item, you could just bring people to the ads, or you can send outbound messages to collab with influencers. What I want you to pay attention to is to focus on one strategy and just focus on it first. Instead of having these scattered or multiple different strategies, define one strategy first and focus on it. And always start from your lowest hanging fruit, people that already know you. If you're a real estate agent, people that already know you, people that have already worked with you, your past clients, are able to reach out to them first. And if you don't have a lot of capital to start with, a good combination would be a mix of outbound and inbound. For example, reaching out for outbound collabs, events, and webinars. These are outbound strategies that have worked across multiple industry. And it is always beneficial to start from organic first, because that's where you can come from the product market fit, or you can come from that this is an offer that people want, instead of just spending a ton of money into something that no one is interested in. Because if you send people that are your ideal audience to a funnel and no one is signing up, there's no point in bringing multiple eyeballs or bringing multiple people to that same funnel, because it's not going to help. Bring more traffic to something is only going to work when your mechanism is working, when your offer is something that people want. Okay, so now a quick recap of what we went through. Sales funnel, we've talked about what a sales funnel is, a journey that a potential customer goes through from not knowing you to working with you and purchasing from you. You want to add friction slowly so that not everyone's trying to talk to you. And also you want to talk to people that are more qualified further down the line. The third thing we talked about, building a traditional funnel versus building an authentic funnel. Offer genuine help. Intention is really important. We've also talked about how you can build a sales funnel, what type of assets you could build in the different stages, top of funnel, bottom of funnel, middle funnel. I don't know why these are in different orders. Start from building middle funnel assets where it's going to be value packed. That's going to differentiate you from other people. And another way you can differentiate yourself from other people is also just letting people know your values, just like, a lot of creators are doing. We've also gone through the 3 main types of funnel prospecting flows: outbound, inbound, and paid inbound. A secret tool that can help you land in the middle of personalized outreach and also increasing the scalability, and how to utilize that tool to, instead of being salesy, use that to create more opportunities. We've also talked about, out of all these different prospecting flow, which one you can start with: outbound plus inbound, bringing people to events or reaching out for collaborations, giving people a really good offer, and to start from the lowest hanging fruits. And these are all the things that we will build together for you, and defining one strategy, really honing in on one, finding the key lever that would really bring you to the next step if you work one-on-one with me. And the last thing I want to go through, instead of just consuming the content, I really want you to make sure that you have action items that you can take away. So the action item for you is to number one, craft your sales funnel. What does your top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel looks like? You can research first people in your similar industry. You can also think about research. What are some things that your prospects are interested in or knowing first? What is their thought process like? What assets can you build and collect in different stages? So craft your sales funnel. Second action item, define your funnel prospecting flow, outbound, inbound, paid, and use the asset that you created in the last video about the 7-hour rule inside your funnel and ask yourself, can you plan out events, or what are some events or workshops throughout the year for your business or potential collaborations that you can plan out throughout the year that you can already put in the calendar? So here's your action item. Hope you find this valuable. If you want to work one-on-one with me, I'll put a link somewhere so you can book a call. Or if you want to just stay tuned to content like this, you can join the email list to get notified when videos like this come out. So thanks for watching until the end.